Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Solana, SOL, but not just the usual chart analysis stuff. No, we're going deep into on-chain data, checking out what the whales are doing, and uncovering some key insights that'll help you make better investment decisions. If you're ready to take your SOL analysis to the next level, stick around. Let's get started with the big picture. Imagine you're in a rocket about to blast off into space. You feel that excitement building, but at the same time, you're wondering, will this rocket stick the landing? Well, that's kind of where Solana is right now. We've got bullish momentum, but the big question is, how long will the fuel last? First, let's take a look under the hood and check out some on-chain data and whale movements. Two things that can give us insights you won't get just by looking at price charts. On-chain data, the engine of Solana's success. You know how a car might look shiny on the outside, but you don't really know how it runs until you check the engine? That's what on-chain data is like for Solana. It shows us what's really happening behind the scenes. Active addresses. Solana's active addresses, or the number of wallets transacting, have been growing steadily, which is a solid sign. More people are using the network, and that's good news for long-term price growth. Over the past month, we've seen a 15 to 20% increase in active addresses. This isn't just traders, it's users, developers, and DeFi participants. Total value locked, TVL Solana's DeFi ecosystem is booming. We've got around $1.5 billion in total value locked, which means more liquidity is flowing into the ecosystem. Compare that to Ethereum's $20 to $30 billion TVL. While Solana's numbers are smaller, it's growing at a faster rate. The TVL is one of the key signals of a growing network because more locked value means higher confidence in Solana's security and utility. Transaction volume. Solana's transaction volume has been crazy high, at one point hitting around 40 million transactions per day. Compare that to Ethereum's numbers, and you'll see why people love Solana's speed and low fees. Actionable insight. Keep an eye on the growth of active addresses and TVL. If these numbers keep rising, it's a signal that Solana's network is growing for real, not just because of speculation. That's where long-term value comes from. Whale movements. When the big fish swim, pay attention. Next, let's talk whale movements. When we say whales, we're talking about the big players, the ones holding over 1 million SOL. These are the ones that can create waves when they decide to buy or sell. Over the past few weeks, we've noticed whale wallets increasing their holdings by 3 to 4%. Now, this might sound small, but when whales buy, they usually do so in bulk and for the long term. It's like when institutional investors start buying up shares. They're betting on future growth. Here's where it gets interesting. Whales aren't moving their SOL to exchanges, meaning they're not looking to sell anytime soon. Usually, when whales transfer to exchanges, it signals they're about to offload, which could lead to a price drop. But that's not happening right now. Actionable insight. Keep an eye on whale activity. If you start seeing big transfers to exchanges, it could signal selling pressure. But for now, it looks like the whales are accumulating, which is a bullish sign. Key indicators. What are they telling us? Now let's dig into some important metrics that can give us even more insight into Solana's future. NVD ratio, network value to transactions. Think of this as the P/E ratio of crypto. Right now, Solana's NVD ratio is sitting at 25. In plain English, that means Solana's price isn't overvalued compared to how much value is being transacted on the network. Compare this to Ethereum, which sometimes has an NVD of 50 or more. Solana might actually be undervalued. In the derivatives market, funding rates give us a peek into what traders are expecting. Right now, the funding rates for SOL are slightly positive, meaning more people are betting the price will go up. But we're not seeing extremes, which is a good thing. Too much optimism could lead to a bubble and a sharp drop later. Actionable insight. If the NVD ratio stays low while prices climb, we're looking at healthy growth. On the flip side, if funding rates become overly positive, it might signal that the market is getting overleveraged. Watch these metrics closely, especially if the price jumps quickly. Risk mitigation. Let's not forget about safety nets. Now, I know Solana is exciting, but let's not put all our eggs in one basket. The crypto market is volatile, and it's important to balance risk. Bitcoin, BTC is the rock of the crypto world. It's less volatile. So keeping 30 to 40% of your portfolio in Bitcoin can hedge against the wild swings of altcoins like SOL. Ethereum, ETH, is still the king of DeFi and NFTs. So consider holding 20 to 30% in ETH for steady growth, especially as Ethereum 2.0 rolls out and improves scalability. Binance Coin, BNB, is exchange-centric, but has been facing some regulatory pressure. It's a stable midterm option, so holding 10 to 15% could help mitigate risk. Polygon, Matic is tied to Ethereum as a scaling solution, and it's a great hedge. Hold 10 to 15% here to diversify into a low-fee network without betting everything on Solana. Actionable insight: diversify your portfolio. Sure, Solana is exciting, but the market is unpredictable. Balance your investments with BTC, ETH, BNB, and Matic to spread out risk. Think of it as going to an all-you-can-eat buffet. Sample everything, but don't fill your plate with just one dish. Final thoughts. So, what should you do? If Solana were a party, we'd be hitting that moment where everyone's on the dance floor and the DJ is about to drop a banger. It's exciting, but you don't want to stay too late and miss the chance to leave with your profits intact. Disclaimer: this is not financial advice. Make sure to do your own research before making any investment decisions. For aggressive investors, if Solana breaks above $150 with strong volume, that's your signal to ride the wave to the next levels of $160 or $165. For conservative investors, watch for a pullback to $134 to $136. If it bounces back, that's your solid entry point. But remember, set your stop losses around $130 just in case things go south. To wrap up, Solana's got all the right ingredients to be a major player in the crypto space, but it's not without risks. Stay informed, diversify, and always use the data to make smart, responsible decisions. And hey, if Solana breaks $150, you might want to buckle in for what could be a pretty wild ride. Invest smart, stay sharp, and remember, crypto is a marathon, not a sprint.